Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here in Aurora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is day 48 of 75 for EDSS here in the Realm Reborn, and, well, you're probably wondering, what are we doing back here at the Black Shroud, and specifically the South Shroud? Well, yesterday there was a quest that I neglected to do, primarily because of the fact that we were focusing on the main quests that were offered to us in part by Land and Now there at the top left of your screen there. But yeah, there's a quest here that I actually want to make a point to take right now. It's through Dosette, who has a level 30 challenge entitled My Feisty Little Chocobo. Dosette appears to have caught scent of something. Yeah, now this is only available to you once you have your own chocobo. And there's a reason for this. The unmistakable smell of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lucolo over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgari native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. And so yeah, now I'm going to make it a point to complete this challenge because, yeah, we are now offered, once you get to experience level 30, the opportunity to have your chocobo fight alongside you. So, what I'm now going to do is go over to the Central Shroud and teleport ourselves there right now so that we can make it a point to speak with Lucolo, because it's been like a month and a half at least since we've spoken with the guy, because we only just got started on, like, scratching the surface with the various tasks that we could do in the Central Shroud. But, in order to get our chocobo to fight alongside us, this is something that we absolutely must be willing to do. And I keep pressing the wrong button sequence. Anyway, Lucolo at Bench Branch Meadows, for some reason, they spelled that wrong. Yeah, even mistakes can happen to people at Square Enix. Good day to you, Edie. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small quest to make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Geisel greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. So yeah, it's not that far of a walk, just right over here are where they lie. So just go ahead and obtain one. In fact, I don't know if you can actually get all three or not. We'll find out in a moment. No, you can only take one. And they offer you three, but you can only use one. How fair is that? Alright, Lucolo. Here you go. Have you acquired the greens? We have. Superb. Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of Geisel greens. They love the leafy vegetables so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you, and then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You'll find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed in the Full Tent family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Geisel greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broods that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I recommend you keep an ample supply of Geisel greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. So, with that taken care of, yeah, we can go ahead and speak with the vendor and pick up a number of Geisel greens. Alright, over here is where this person is. So let's put a little spring in my step and speak with the merchants. See if they do indeed have the Geisel greens I require. I guess it'll be under tools. Yeah, so they are Geisel greens. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna play it safe here. Let's get ourselves a total of 20. 20 is a good start. So now I have to go to the Sorrel Haven, which is going to be in the East Shroud, so let's teleport right now to the East Shroud. Off to the East Shroud we go. And they expect you to cover a lot of real estate with your chocobo, not only in terms of riding it, but also in terms of combat. So it's definitely a good way for you to be able to get on your way with getting your chocobo built up as a warrior and not just the mount. So yeah, this will definitely be an interesting experience to say the least. So where are the broods is? What the? Are you serious? Oh, you... Yeah, apparently they're serious. Wow. Yeah, stupid me. For some reason, I thought that Sorrel Haven was in the East Shroud. And I... Oh, wow, Matt, you dunce. Back to Bent Branch Meadows. Oh, wow, really? Not only do you go the wrong way thinking that the Sorrel Haven is located in the East Shroud, but you not only warp yourself to the wrong area, you warp yourself to the exact same area where you were standing. Oh, what is wrong with you? Yeah, my brain has just felt completely trashed in recent days. Where's the Sorrel Haven? It's off to the west. Ugh. It's off to the west. Why did I think it was out in the East Shroud? Because I was thinking it was somewhere amongst the sylphs of Little Solace. Instead, I ended up wasting a whole crap load of time by going the wrong damn way. Ugh. And my fallibility is really getting the better of me in recent days. I don't like it. And I've had a string of quite a bit of misfortune, but hopefully it'll come to an end soon, because that would be nice. That would be very nice indeed. So let's go over here and find some brood Ziz to deal with, and that we are within the perimeter. Yes, here they are. And as you can see, they cannot be fought yet, because you have to do something of particular importance. We need to make it a point to... Well, first I'm going to sort... Nope, we're going to sort first. Sort the items, and then go down to the end of the list, because this is usually where the Geisel greens are located. And we're going to hotbar them, and we're going to set them at the far left. So now, press L2 and left to summon your chocobo into action. And so now we want to go into companions. So command it to go into the free stance, which basically means it will attack at will. Alright, so yeah, it looks like someone else already is on their way to defeating the various broods so let's get in there and give them a hand. Yeah, these things can cast Petrol Breath, so be careful with that, because, as you can see, my particular ally got stunned. But it'll wear off eventually, so there's no real worry. But yeah, I am not off to a good start here with this particular episode. Doing lots of boneheaded things that I should not be doing at this point in the game. Because I should have memorized a lot of the places that I've been to at this point, and I haven't. As obviously demonstrated by my blunders in the first 5 minutes of this video. Now when you're making screw-ups in the first 5 minutes of the video, you know it's not going to be a good day. Over here there, Mr. Brood Ziz. And even though you petrify my chocobo, that thing's dead. Alright, so, yeah, you can see not only do you gain experience, but so does your chocobo. The experience points you get depends on, basically, if you're involved in a free company and they have the activation, the Heat of Battle, you'll get an experience boost. But In this case, the chocobo does not get set experience boost. He gets whatever your default number would have been. So, as it stands right now, my chocobo now has obtained his first experience level, so we can go ahead and give him an increase of stronger abilities. So, let's see what we can set him up with. Well, I'm not worried about curing at this point in time, so let's start with the chocobo slash. So 1 point to use to obtain the chocobo slash, and also in addition, I should point this out, the time that your ally can be with you, your chocobo can be with you out on the field as a fighter, is limited to 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, or until it gets killed off, whichever comes first, the chocobo will withdraw. You can summon it back immediately after it has withdrawn, so you don't have to be on a waiting period. You can just bring it back to battle right away. So now it's time for us to go back down the tree. Time to go back down the Matron's Lethe. We're rocking the woods so far, and we're about to be rocking even more if I can just figure out where I'm going. This is not a good day so far. But yeah, once we've gotten this quest taken care of, we can take our chocobo, and you don't have to worry about it being withdrawn when you teleport, because it'll still teleport with you, still summoned under the time restraints that were already issued previously once you initiated the particular transport. So yeah, this will actually make life a little bit easier for me. Of course, it'll come at a cost because essentially the chocobo is a hired hand. You have to keep feeding it Geisel greens, and of course, Geisel greens come at a price. So, Lucolo! So, you have successfully negotiated your first 2 battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings, or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. And so, we get the experience from completing that challenge. So now, time to go back to where we were before. So since my Forgotten Springs has been set as my current home point, let's warp back over there. Yeah, I made it a point to set it as my home point, changing over from New Gridania, knowing that I would have to go back there anyway. So yeah, as you noticed, it would have cost me 400 gil otherwise, but yeah, we're not charging myself an arm and a leg to be doing something like that. We have that taken care of, and now we can move on. So, returning to Southern Thanalin in the continued pursuit of performing the tasks that Udo Nu wanted us to do, and whoa, it's the same fate from yesterday? Are you serious? Wow. Well, we do have a chocobo now with us, so perhaps the little extra boost will help us take care of this sucker that just doesn't seem to want to get lost. Oh, really? He wasted enough of my time yesterday, and now this. Ugh, I hate you, Sanorm, so freaking much right now. So freaking much. 'Cause I just want you gone and out of my life for good and forever. Never return, you vile fiends. Once I slay you a second time, be sure that this is the last time you rear your ugly heads here in Forgotten Springs. Or else I shall see to it personally that Udo Nu takes care of you himself. Yeah, because this guy definitely, Udo Nu definitely has a behavior like that of Pai Mei from Kill Bill Volume 2. At least I think he does. Yeah, I've seen most of Kill Bill Volume 2, but the thing is, it broadcasts so late at night whenever it's on TV that I end up falling asleep before the end of the movie. Like, I know how the bride kills Bill once and for all. She uses a hand technique that's meant to stop his heart, cut off the blood flow to Bill's heart. That's what she uses to get her revenge in its entirety and once and for all. Alright. Now go away for good this time. Oh, and we got the same results as we got yesterday. That's cool. Yeah, those are the exact same numbers. Yeah, back off, sandworms. We're done. We have no further business, the two of us. Unless you are absolutely insistent. Yeah, go away. Go away and never return! I banish you! Alright, Udo Nu has a level 31 challenge entitled The Perfect Prey. Udo Nu wants you to hunt the most dangerous game. Hunting a beast is a simple affair. You merely stalk, pursue, and slay. Hunting a beast man, however, is a far more complex endeavor. Across the desert to the east lies an Imaja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for his strength and his guile. To even face this Imaja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw and defeat the veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. So, why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior, and bring to me his necklace. So yeah, you have to use... You can't use your own equipment. You have to use the equipment provided to you by Udo Nu. Don't ask me why. Perhaps it's something that's laced with a scent that makes Imaja go crazy or something. I don't know. But yeah, we gotta use said item to lure out the Imaja warrior that Udo Nu wants us to slay. And yeah, the Imaja encampment is home to... We've already been through it, but obviously we didn't fight anything because everything was at least 10 levels stronger than we were. And there's no way I'm fighting an enemy that's 10 levels stronger than I am. So, continuing to climb up and down the sand dunes. And a little bit of cloud, but nothing that will detract from a starry night in the southern Thanalin. So we are closing in on the destination right here. Alright. Dismount from my mount and use the bloody Guisarm to draw out this Imaja. And looks like I'm not the only one who wants a piece of the Imaja. Where do we hide? Oh, over here. We hide over here. And I do believe that little Lalafell was also doing the same challenge we are. Yep, exact same. Too bad for it, I am using a particular ally, namely a chocobo, to help me. Oh, watch out! Well, actually, we're bleeding through this thing so fast, it's already gone. Yeah, that went over in a hurry, thanks to the fact that I'm using my chocobo as an ally. Yeah, use your chocobo well and often. If you're not a conjurer, one of the 3 magic classes, using your chocobo is the next best thing you can do, because it'll make life for you on the battlefield much easier. You cannot take it into instance raids like some of the ones that we'll be doing. You also cannot use it in fights against primals or other bosses of the like. No, it can only be used out in the field, under field circumstances. And it does not gain any of the experience bonuses that you obtain through questing. It just gains experience points strictly through battle and nothing more. Only by defeating the enemy and getting the experience points therein does your chocobo gain experience in its own right. So, let's dismount from my chocobo and speak with Udo Nu again. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Indeed he is. Here we go. 'Tis a fine necklace as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. Yeah, it looks like Who Don't Know is definitely drawing quite a crowd, so let's complete that challenge and take on his next one, entitled When the Worm Turns. Who Don't Know is finally willing to tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a well-wicked worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but well-wicked worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sagole. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map along with the location where well-wicked worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Oh, thanks for the reassurance. Anyway. Summon. Yes, my mount is not simply my companion anymore that I ride on. It now fights alongside with me in battle. So, specifically, we want to go that direction. Without crashing into rocks. Focused on the map, not on what is in front of me. It doesn't matter, you don't take damage from crashing into rocks. Which is just as well, quite honestly. No, I would rather just take damage the old-fashioned way. So now we want to start going northeast. Oh, in fact, there's an angler right over here. If the icon is validating what I know, yes. Yeah, we can just take this one right here. We don't even need to go to where the circle is. So let's start picking a fight. Start picking a fight against an angler. Although for some reason I do not understand why an anglerfish is out here in the desert when it is best known as an ocean-faring fish. Alright, that's taken care of. And go again! Now let's not wait another minute, let's go again! Oh, would that be the well-worker room right there? Summoned by someone else? Yeah, it would be. So yeah, now I'm about to summon one for myself and fight it in turn. Rotting anglerfish, you're mine. Oh, the Lalafell's an archer too, so yeah, he has to keep running. He has to keep running in order to keep his enemy at bay and at a distance. As for me though, I rely on not such practices as that. Here's my well-worked worm. And here's said well-worked worm promptly launching the Sand Breath attack, which immediately hits my chocobo. Just stay clear of the Sand Breath and you'll be fine. Especially if you have your chocobo, because it makes life so much easier. And get out of the way. And it's dead. Present your prize to Udo Nu. Do not mind if I do. For Udo Nu. So, back to the Forgotten Springs. Yeah, we could have slayed anglers in the red circle, but hey, can't question generosity from a fish. You can't question generosity from a fish. As awkward and as bizarre as that may seem. Can we go through here? Is it quicker to go this way? I think it is. Need my way through, because, yeah, here we go. This is much quicker and easier if I get the jump. Good. Good. Alright, so, back to Udo Nu. Yeah, lots of people with U as their first initial. You look well. Have you caught your quarry, then? Indeed I have. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Edie. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Westgate. Worry not, you have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Westgate's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. Well, we'll soon find out what that is. After we take 1500 gil. So, we can only do this by taking level 31 challenge entitled There and Back Again. Udo Nu would like you to deliver a gift to Westgate. The captain was always fond of this brandywine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, sanguinary youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Westgate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Edie. Well, that I can do for you. So, let's warp back to Costa del Sol at a cost of nearly 400 gil. Yeah, I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy, but I'm under time restraints. Let's face facts. I know that there's only so much you can do with a particular day of recording. And so far, half of the video has been dedicated to getting my chocobo in the ability to be able to fight battles alongside me, and in addition to that, looking like a complete idiot. But, with the sun now having set on Costa del Sol and La Nosea, let's go over and talk to Westgate, and I get the feeling that it will not be too long before we are joined by the people who we were dealing with, who were fighting alongside with us earlier today. So, Westgate. Well met, Edie. Landonel and Udon Nu both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Well, this brandywine for starters. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the Noon personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Well, that's good to know. So what do we need to get? Well, that'll be found out in the level 32 challenge entitled The Things We Do for Cheese. Westgate would like to tell you about the final ingredient needed for the banquet. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery will be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to wait on myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to the Hidden Falls docks, and speak with Ozon Nazun. He will direct you to Raincacher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. And so that particular location is going to be not all that far from here. So let's once again mount my chocobo and ride to the north. So this will be an opportunity for us to get some more experience points simply through the means of exploration. 5% max HP by doing this. And there are a few battles taking place on the water. Now you could skip this if you wanted to, but unfortunately you can't because you're forced to speak with Ozan Nazun. That's just how it's gonna work here. But to get to him, you have to get through some feral birds that would love nothing more than to peck you a la Alfred Hitchcock. And so, crap, are we... Okay, where are the docks? I think I'm taking a wrong turn here somewhere. Because you should be able to reach them very easily. But yeah, I must have taken a wrong turn. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have the majority of your map revealed. Stuff like this can and will happen. Yeah, we need to go back to the main road, is what we need to do. So, we will now make our way north for real this time. And you're probably wondering what that is we are marching towards on the horizon. Well, if you can believe it, that is actually a fortress belonging to the Garlean Empire. And all the enemies over there are close to level 50, so definitely not a good idea to go marching in there at this point in time. So, Ozanazun. What's the hurry, Ventura? Eh? Something happened over at the Gobby settlement? I don't know why so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Catcher Gully. And so, we can now speak with the ferry skipper. At a cost of 40 gil. Yeah, there's a reason you have to do this actually this way, because of the fact that Eastern La Nosea is actually split in half. You can see this map as it's set up is actually results in Lower La Nosea being split into two halves. So you have to do things this way. So now we want to go speak with Brayflox Altox, who's going to be somewhere over in that direction, off to the west. I'm going to make it a point to avoid the Gigantoad in case it licks me with its adhesive tongue and draws me back in to be forced to fight it. Hopefully it shouldn't come to that. But yeah, as you can see, we're now starting to get into level 33 enemies, so make it a point to watch yourself out here. So we should make it a point to cross this bridge, I believe, and that will provide us with an opportunity to get closer to where we need to be. So, yeah, right up there. But doing so means you have to get through feral opponents. Namely these grass raptors. So, once you get to where you need to go, do not speak with Brayflox Altox yet. Make it a point to disembark first, and then you can speak with her. And yeah, Brayflox Altox is actually a female goblin, so let's go ahead and give her a talking to. Pshh! Whoosh! Tongue flaps of whiskers be reaching ears of Brayflox. Our planters come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest price of our planter deep in long stop. Flighty beast chase gobby flock from homes. Gobby flock needs goody. Uplander gives safety to Longstop with much hand lending. So, this now opens up Brayflox's Longstop, which is another instanced raid. So, because it is an instanced raid, we're going to take care of that tomorrow. That is something we can definitely take care of, because it's definitely going to take a while to accomplish that. But, yeah, it's all for the cheese that we need for this particular challenge that we are doing, so yeah, let the gas fly, as it were. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will go into Brayflox's Longstop to get our hands on some delicious cheese. Yeah, why it's here, I have no idea. So until next time, everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.